After public outcry from those living in Kyle, the city manager today declined an offer from the city to purchase a home for him and his family. The final approval was expected to happen this morning in a special meeting, but shortly after it began, the city manager spoke out. KXAN's Lauren Landman spoke with him about his decision.
This is too divisive, and we all want to do the right thing for the community.
The city of Kyle's purchase of a $550,000 home seemed like a sure deal. On Tuesday, Kyle City Council moved to go forward with an 8-year contract for the current city manager that included the new home, but also an almost $30,000 pay cut.
I am the woman who started the firestorm on social media regarding this issue.
When Kyle residents caught wind of the deal, they began speaking out.
It became apparent that the financial side of this, while very sound and would have been a smart decision for the city, was not the best political decision for Kyle.
City manager Scott Sellers was in the middle of it all. Sellers says as he watched the city divide and take sides on the purchase of the home, he knew it was in the city's best interest to deny the agreement.
There are a lot of decisions that could be made to be very self-serving, but at the end of the day, I know who I report to, and it's to the citizens of Kyle.
Kyle Mayor Todd Webster says Sellers has been a positive asset for the city, and the agreement was meant to keep him long term.
He's an extraordinary person and a very competent city manager who has changed our staff culture here and our community culture in a very positive way.
The city manager's contract will now be renegotiated. This time, the city says, in a more conventional way. Lauren Landman, KXAN News.
On the current contract for Kyle City Manager, his pay is listed at $181,000. If the deal this morning went through, they would have docked $28,000 from his salary to offset the cost of that home. Council members say they could meet as early as next week to renegotiate that new contract. In any city, the city manager usually draws one of the highest salaries. Here in Austin, former city manager Mark Ott earned nearly $280,000 per year. That was the city's second highest salary, behind only the head of Austin Energy. Right now, Austin is trying to find a new city manager after Ott left to take a position in Washington, D.C. We checked to see how Kyle city manager pay stacks up to similar-sized cities in Texas. Leander has almost the same population as Kyle. Their city manager makes nearly $200,000 a year. Hutto, a smaller town, and their city manager makes less money. Both Pflugerville and Georgetown are larger cities. Georgetown city manager makes more than Kyle's, but Pflugerville's makes less money.